Hello, everybody. I am Dieter Kalt, and you're listening to 74 Once More, a show for people who are passionate about group dynamics and coaching, who are teachers, mentors, leaders, and just love to assist others to succeed, but at the same time, try to find ways to improve their knowledge and their skills every day. So, do you want to listen to amazing stories and learn from the experience of extraordinary people who have been there and done that? Stories about awesome victories, but also about the struggle to overcome one's deepest fears and most challenging resistance and self-doubt. Well, if you're up for that, then let me introduce you to today's guest and his amazing story of transformation. He's an entrepreneur. He built businesses in 6 countries across Asia and the Gulf region, leading teams with hundreds of people. This guy has 15 years of investment banking experience with likes of Citibank, Standard Chartered Bank, PNB, Paribas, and ADCB. Besides all his business acumen, he's extremely passionate about good health and a voracious reader. Caring for his family and being a doting husband, son and brother are his highest values. Originated in Mumbai, he lives in Dubai. He lives in Dubai. And when I asked him how he would like to be introduced, he said, "Tell them I'm an experimenter of sorts, a curious soul in an adult body." Manish Gvalani, it's an honor. Welcome to my show.
Hey, thank you, Dieter. Thank you so much for the invite. So looking forward.
Well, I hope the introduction did you right. You know, we're going to talk a lot about your story and about your transformation, about your looks on life and you experience it from the past and where this path led you. But I would really like to start, I've been to Dubai once and on a holiday. When there were still no kids around, I could actually do something.
How many years back?
That was like 10 years. Yeah, 10 years, 12 years back, something like this. I stayed in the Burj Al Arab for a couple of nights and went out to the desert, to the Al Maha resort, which was an unbelievable journey. We were on our way to the Indian Ocean. But this is just holiday, this is unbelievable. But how is it actually to live in Dubai?
Oh, it's amazing. It's got the best lifestyle. It's got the best of food. It's got the best of shopping. It's got the best of. It's amazing. I call this place the paradise for everyone in Middle East and Asia, technically, purely because it gives you the best that the money can offer. So I love this place. And it's buzzing 24 hours. It's got people on the streets. It's got shops open. It's got restaurants, cafes open for 20 hours. It's amazing, man.
So not only for 2-3 days.
And, if you came 10 years back, let me tell you now, if you come, it's changed. It's like a Marvel universe over here. It changes with every movie, So every 10 years, every 5 years, it changes. So it's lovely. Burj Al Arab is still there. That's not changed.
But that's one of the older ones now, probably, right?
Yeah, it is. There's some amazing stuff that they've done to Dubai.
Well, once my kids get older, I'm sure we're going to be back there. But it's not about me. It's all about you and this show. So tell me a little bit about your journey, please. Growing up in India and then starting in business and what made you what you are, who you are right now.
What made me who I am right now was my dad's bankruptcy. So having lost everything in 1998. Was the turning point of our lives. I was a spoiled brat. I was, smoking, partying, womanizing, whatever 18-year-old does. And losing everything and coming to a stage where we didn't have money to eat also was the most defining thing that could happen to me. That put me on a path of doing work, producing results, earning money, and getting better and better and better, and that is what made me do so many things. People look at my CV and they say, "Why did you change so many jobs?" The only reason was that I wanted to grow, because I'd seen what lack of money is, and I didn't want to get comfortable in a one place and one day being tossed out. So I kept moving, and it worked out brilliantly for me. And then I did business, and that worked out brilliantly for me. So now I've got business, banking, both going on. But it was only that lack of money to be in that vulnerable spot that put me in this zone of always being on the move and growing in life. Yeah, I mean, that's what I can tell you. My dad's bankruptcy, those 1998 to 2003 were the worst years of our life, and I wouldn't want anyone in my family to ever go through it. So I work my ass off so that I give the best to my family.
Yeah. So that's the reason you stayed hungry all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Still am, and I think I'll be till I'm alive.
Well, you would have been a great athlete. Do you do sports?
I don't do outdoor sports. I was a professional snooker player. I won a championship also in snooker. I represented my city also. But this is before my dad's bankruptcy. Once 1998 episode happened, I left everything and started doing jobs.
Yeah.
So would have I become a good snooker player? Maybe. I loved it, but I didn't pursue it.
But you did your spare time now.
I play sometimes, yeah. When I go back to Bombay, me and my dad go out and play. I play sometime with a friend of mine.
When you need when
But
you need money, when you need when you need money, you take it away from your friends.
yeah, we used to do a betting. We used to do a lot of betting before. I've lost money, a lot of money betting. But yeah, not no betting now. I'm a lousy player. I'm a pathetic player right now. Honestly, I feel really horrible sometimes when I play snooker. But there was a time when I was really good at it.
But what are you betting? What were you betting? Like on games or
Betting
yeah?
on the games, on the snooker game. So whoever
Okay.
wins walks away with a certain amount of money. Whoever loses pays for the whole group. So not big bets, but those time bets itself were with all the money that I had. So those were big at that time.
So how come you don't strike me as a typical banker? You know,
Okay.
the way they just from you have those cliches of people working in the high pressure money business,
Yeah.
stone cold, going for the kill. And
Yeah.
you have, talking to you, you're smiling all the time, you have this positive attitude from what I know of you already, that the values that you have, how did you end up in banking? Was that something that you always wanted to do, or?
No, I just wanted a job. So I didn't have money for MBA. My mother's sister sponsored my MBA. And honestly, the whole idea was doing MBA was to get a job. So anybody giving me a job, I would have taken it. So me entering banking was a fluke. Okay, I stuck around in banking because it paid well. I do banking today because I'm good at it. But it was never because I fascinated about banking. It was always about bringing money home.
Okay. Yeah.
So I became good at it. I did CFA, MBA finance. I became good at it. I'm good with numbers. I'm good with investments. I consult clients for investments even today. But it was a fluke. I didn't start out as a banker. It just happened.
So it was something that you were good at. So you discovered a talent that you maybe didn't even know it was there, but not a real passion for it. That was
No,
still
no,
missing.
it is still today. I'll tell you, my real passion is health, nutrition, biohacking, organic food, organic farming. That's what I'm really passionate about. Educating, educating people on good food, taking that knowledge out. That's what really calls me.
Well, this is something I'm going to ask you a couple questions about for sure. I'm really, really
Sure,
interested in that whole biohacking. And even for my listeners, you have to
sure,
describe everything about it a little bit. Because when I talked
sure.
to, when I prepared for this interview and I talked to I'm sitting in Austria right now, with German
Okay,
speaking,
okay.
traditional kind of country. Biohacking, what I had to explain everything. Okay, this is
I, I was in Austria. I was in Austria a few months back.
you were in Austria, in Vienna, or in
Yeah.
Salzburg. Yes.
I was at the border of Austria and Germany,
Okay.
Giggenback,
Yeah.
if you've been there.
What did you do on a business mission or?
No, I was on a holiday. It was my wife's birthday, so we had come there for a trip between Germany, Amsterdam, and Austria. We had a ball of a time. Lovely place.
So you've seen places. You've seen
Yeah.
places. Yeah. So what I'm really interested in, besides all the your real passion, is you have been working. Yeah, and that's really interesting for my listeners. We're talking about the high pressure environment, and you have been successful in for many years, and you were a leader for big teams. So, how is leadership in the corporate world? What can I understand? And I'm interested in that way, how I can relate it to sports teams.
It's different, actually. I really think leadership in a business world is different from leadership in a corporate world. Leadership in a corporate world is pure carrot and stick. You perform, you get the carrot, you get the cruise, you get the travel, you get the vouchers, you get the bonus. You don't perform, you get out of here.
Yeah.
So in the corporate world, I don't think it's leadership as much as it is management. A lot of management happens in the corporate world, and you manage your people well. You get move things, you move the business ahead, and that's why corporate world has a lot of managers. Few leaders really show up as visionary leaders, but good amount of managers. They manage things well and they move ahead. But taking care of people in the business world, all right, or I think in a sports field, is a very different ball game where you actually lead, because there's no carrot and stick per se. You purely got to lead them to an imaginary vision, or to a vision that you have imagined for the team, and you got to make them believe in it constantly. You got to make them believe it is possible. You got to make them believe that they can do it. You got to make them believe that what they're going through is just for the short term. This doesn't happen in the corporate world. In a corporate world, it's like, if you can't handle the heat, just get out of the kitchen. It's
It's as simple as that.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll get 3 months leash, and in 3 months you don't buck up. You're out.
And everybody is like that, or are there certain companies or company cultures that are different? Is it different nowadays? Is it changing than it was like maybe 20 years ago when you were 20 or something?
Now. Yeah? It's worse now, because the profit targets are so high, the pressure is so high, that earlier, even if you didn't grow, there was still, when I was in Standard Chartered Bank in Bombay, or I was in institutions before that, it was okay if I didn't, land up meeting my targets. I was doing my work. I was, striving to perform and contribute. It was good. It was expected. Now you need performance. Now it's all about performance. There are deadlines, there are timelines, there's performance. At least in the banking circuit. I don't know about other industries. In the corporate world, I've only worked in banking. So the pressure is there. So a lot of management happens. You got to manage people well. You got to manage perceptions well. You got to manage your day well, that 8 to 10 hours that you're there. But leadership, I don't think a lot of leadership is required in the corporate world, or you don't see that. But a lot of leadership is required in the field, in the entrepreneurship world or sports.
But you call that a home as well, just like the corporate world, your own business. So you run your own businesses, you can you relate to the sports aspect? That's what I'm really interested in. Because if you don't, winning or success, let's say success in team, related to the human factor. Really, everybody on a certain level, everybody's doing what they can do on a good technical level. Then everybody's prepared, they're physically fit and everything. So, but the difference is how much more you're willing to give for the group and yourself, to succeed at the end. You're not looking at yourself, but you're looking at the success of others first. And that's what's going to make the difference at the end. And I'm a little bit, I was hoping to get this kind of, that there's people out there who think that way in the business world as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Sports world and business world is the same.
It's the same, yeah. But the corporate world is just different. Yes,
it's different. Yeah, because the carrot and stick works in the corporate. You can't have a team and you say, if you don't if you don't score, you're out of the team. That doesn't happen in the sports world, The pressure is high, and you got to perform, and we'll perform, and let's do this together. There's a lot of leadership there. So when you say for your audience, you're looking at how is leadership different. I really think a leader in the corporate world got to have an encompassing vision for everybody to grow, instead of him to show up as a hero. In the corporate world, sometimes a person stands out as a hero, and there are accolades and all. But in a team sport, it won't grow the team. It won't take the team ahead if you just
no I totally agree. And so besides all that work, when did you discover your passion for the first time? That's something that you really love to do, like the biohacking and to living a healthy life. How did that start?
Okay, I have two passions. All right, I'll tell you. The first is people, which is inspiring people and then inspiring them towards healthy living happen. So how did inspiring people happen was when I got introduced to Landmark Forum. I don't know if you've heard of Landmark Forum.
No, not
so
yet.
Landmark
No.
is the one of the world's biggest training and development programs. All right. And I was introduced to this accidentally by a client of mine in banking. That's in 2003. And I attended it just for fun's sake. I was 23 years old. I had nothing to lose. My bank was paying for it. So I went. At 23, I was running away from the responsibility of sorting the mess of my mom and dad. I was sorting my mess before I attended the course. It was at 23 when I attended this course, which changed my whole relationship around taking responsibility for everything around me, even if I had nothing to do with it. And just the very fact I started taking responsibility for even things which I had no fault in. All right. I started taking responsibility for, everything that was a mess in my life, including my mom and dad's issues that they had created and the loans they had taken. Everything started changing. My life started growing so fast. Offers started coming. My bank promotions happened. I moved to Dubai. And I don't think it was accidental. I think the whole thought process of mine changed. And that's why random occurrences started happening, which today I don't think were random. I think it was my inner world being reflected in my outer world. So the way I got inspired to start living my life in a certain way, I just started thinking if I could really do that with other people, if I can help them to get rid of their baggages, they could move faster in life. And that's where in 2003, when I was introduced to Landmark Forum, which is a phenomenal course, I got connected with my inspiration to lead and inspire people. Even if you get a personal mail from me, it will be Manish Gvalani, possibility of leadership and inspiration. I want to lead and inspire people. Where did it morph into health? Where my passion into leading, inspiring people towards health, got crystallized was in 2015 when I got diagnosed by thyroid, and my doctor told me to remove my thyroid gland, and he was very arrogant about it and very cocky about it. And something in me told me that I shouldn't be trusting him because I didn't sense compassion. I didn't sense concern for him. I sensed, that I'm right and this is the only way. So I said, I'll get back to you. And that is when I started researching on food, and I found out bulletproof diet. I started reading on ketosis. I started reading on high fat, moderate protein, low carb, and I started following it. It just felt right. And I've been on it now for 4 years. I'm off thyroid. I'm off psoriasis. I'm off any inflammation that I ever had. And I just feel so powerful right now. I work 18, 19 hours a day. I sleep 5 hours a day, and I'm absolutely cool. So
that's amazing. So I think we should stop this podcast right now and only talk about exactly what you're doing and how you do and how you do it to be able to have this kind of energy all day. Let me in on your daily routine a little bit, please. I'm really interested in that.
So So one of the routines that I think has a huge bearing on my energy is intermittent fasting. I don't eat after 6 at all. And I actually technically don't eat solid food at least for 16 to 17 hours a day, because the last solid food I'll have will be at 6 o'clock, and the next I'll have will be at 9, maybe 9 in the morning. So that 15 hours of fasting uh, has been phenomenal. Has been phenomenal. My body is not taxed into consuming and digesting, and I guess that's why is I cannot scientifically, though I've read a lot about intermittent fasting, I can't scientifically express, but I can definitely tell you that my glucose levels go down when I'm intermittent fasting. My ketones go up, and when my ketones go up, my body is burning fat and not carbs. So it's in a perfect metabolic state. All right, for me to be in high energy and not feel, uh, you know, tired. I really feel I can do so much more. All right. And because it's burning fat, which is a better source of energy, my mind's also very focused. It's not that I am drained out when I'm talking to you at night. Like this morning, I woke up at 5:30. It's already midnight. I've been 18 hours awake, but I'm as fresh as I was in the morning. So I really think intermittent fasting is one of the best routines I follow. The second thing is when I wake up in the morning, I have a morning routine of it's a routine, it's a system I follow. I do Tony Robbins 10-minute prayer. It's from a YouTube. If you just type Tony Robbins morning routine, it's a 10-minute routine where I pray, where I express my gratitude, where I visualize, all right, where I express my gratitude for three things that I'm really grateful for, where I visualize three goals that I want in the next 1 year, where I pray and thank for everything. So that's something which I do for the first 10 minutes. After that, I have affirmations. I have around 10 affirmations that I read out at least 5 times each. So that takes another 5 to 6 minutes for me to do my affirmations. Now I've done it for so many years that it happens really fast. Earlier I would read it. Now I've memorized it, so I do that every morning. If I'm not doing that, I'll watch an affirmation video. There's a lovely video I watch online called Mind Movie. All right, it's either Mind Movie or All Is One. There's a video called All Is One, fantastic affirmation video. So I watch that, and after that I will read for half an hour religiously. Uh, I will read non. It's not fiction. Neither is it non-fiction. It's something which is inspiring. I would love to read autobiography. Right now, I'm reading autobiography of Charles Lindbergh, the first man to fly a transatlantic flight from
Yeah.
US to Paris. So the book is called Spirit of Saint Louis. Phenomenal. So I read that, and after that I go for a half an hour workout. It's a high intensity interval workout. I work out precisely for 24 minutes. It's got 24 exercises. I do it for 30 seconds, 30-second break, 30 second, 30-second break. So 24 exercises, which basically I picked up from a training video on high intensity interval workout, a basic training video. But I've done it so regularly every day that I'm in good shape. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to build myself into a muscular person, but I just want to be healthy and not tax my body. So from 5:30 to 7, this is my routine. 1.5 hour fix.
So how long have you been doing this, following this routine?
Uh, Now, if you ask me, the morning affirmations, the prayers bit, and the reading bit, I would say years. I can't even tell you how many years, but years. But supplemented with the getting up early in the morning has started on Jan 1st. This year, I took a resolution to wake up between 4 to 6 in the morning, and I have been pretty successful at waking up just about 5:45 to 5:50 is my average waking up time. But from 1st Jan is where I wake up in the morning, and I've been working out every day.
Okay. Okay. And
And one more routine I want to tell you, Taita, which I really think has helped me is cold water showers.
Oh, the Wim Hof method.
Yeah, I don't do the Wim Hof method yet fully, but I definitely follow one suggestion of his, which is cold water shower, and it is the most amazing thing I've discovered. It's just so fantastic. First thing in the morning, if I tell my body to go through what needs to be gone through, if I just tell myself I got to do what I got to do, it's just amazing. I go through the whole day with this thought process, I got to go through what I got to go through. So just that cold water shower has also been phenomenal.
And you stick with it, and it takes a lot of discipline. Again, you would have been an amazing athlete, amazing, just amazing. Well, this is really good stuff, especially that fasting. It seems to it has never been a big issue for me personally, but as I'm following it more and more, this type of fasting is getting really popular right now. A lot of people are doing it. Did it take a long time for you to get used to that? What kind of routine did you have before? Did you have anything, or
I have been on bulletproof diet for 4 years now, 4.5 years now. So I would have my coffee with butter and coconut oil and dark chocolate in the morning. Sometimes I'll put a collagen also. I have a very fixed routine of having omelette 3 hours after my coffee. A very fixed routine of having salads then at 2 o'clock, 2 and 3, and then there was no fixed routine for evening. Okay, I would eat anything. I was by the way non-vegetarian also till December. So there was no routine except for my morning coffee and omelette at 10:30, 11. That was fixed.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, salad was fixed. It was just that I would have it at 3 or 6, but I'll definitely have a huge bowl of salad. But there was nothing fixed. It's only become very fixed from 1st of Jan. Intermittent fasting, everything has happened in the last 4 months.
So, and are you working with supplements as well?
Oh yeah, I take whey protein with after my workout. I have an avocado whey protein milkshake. It's not dairy milk; it's coconut milk.
Okay.
So I have those supplements. In the morning when I wake up, I have vitamin C, I have vitamin K, I have selenium in the morning. When I go to sleep, I have omega, I have fish oil basically, I have magnesium, I have iodine, I have few Indian herbs, tulsi, neem, ashwagandha. These are also very healthy. So totally in a day, I take 11 supplements.
So that sounds like a full meal already.
No, but except for whey protein, which is like a full meal, others are purely tablets.
I understand. just joking. There's supplements in the sports world. It's also huge, and it gives you burn a lot, then you need to take something extra, especially if you want to build something. But at the same time, it's a quite not dangerous is the wrong word, but doping and everything that should be clean sometimes is not clean. So this is a sensitive subject in the sports world.
But I don't think doping is supplements. I just think once you go into the territory of growth hormones, then it's not even supplements. Then
no, that's a huge difference in how people are doing it for sure. Personally, myself, I never got in touch with anything. I guess in team sports in Europe or in hockey, that was my profession. It was not big, but it was an issue at times when you take some creatine or some protein or something, and you're not 100% sure where it comes from. And it doesn't really say 100%. There's certain things that have to be stated on the packaging, and there's different regulations in the States than it is in Europe. So sometimes guys would get in trouble, especially during championships or Olympic Games, just because of that. But this is just really not trying to do something that's really illegal. It's just being careless, maybe a little bit. There's a whole different story than what you read in the papers. What happens all the time. Yeah.
I agree. I completely forgot telling you that I do have creatine very regularly before workouts. So I'll have 5 mg of creatine before my workout every day.
Yeah.
So that's also a supplement that's a part. And it's a very scientifically proven fact. There's enough evidence on creatine now being a good amino acid for you to have. So, so it's a
Yeah.
good supplement to have, for someone working out.
Well, it really, you should write a book about that. If you have this kind of energy, and I was asking you before, what kind of tips can you give a dad, who gets not enough, who doesn't get enough sleep, who doesn't eat on a regular basis? And I'm talking about myself here. At times it gets crazy in the house. So nutrition for sure would help dealing with energy levels and exhaustion. So maybe you can send me a link to your daily routine, and I start working to that. And we sit again here in a couple of months and talk about what worked out for me, and I can give it to my audience in case it works.
Yeah, I'll tell you honestly. There are 2 books you should read, Dieter.
Yeah.
I promise you, it can change a lot going on with you. Okay, one is called Bulletproof Diet
Yes.
by Dave Asprey. All right.
Yes. Yes.
And the other one is also by Dave Asprey called Game Changers. And both are phenomenal. Bulletproof Diet is entirely about food and biology. All right. And Game Changers is about all the interviews Dave Asprey has done, who also runs a phenomenally successful podcast. All right.
Mm-hmm.
He's distilled everyone's hacks and routines and tips and habits and given it to you in one book. So there are meditation hacks, there is journaling hacks, gratitude hacks, sleeping hacks. It's phenomenal what he's brought out in that book.
So that sounds a little bit like what Tim Ferriss did with his book, right?
Tools of Titans.
Tools of Titans, right? What a great idea.
Yeah, but Tools of Titans doesn't go in depth. He takes you to those places, but he doesn't go in depth with everything. Dave Asprey's gone in depth with everything.
Mm-hmm.
So Game Changers has taken every hack and gone in detail about it. Tim Ferriss has kept it general, but Tools of Titans is also phenomenal. I've read the whole book. Both are equally phenomenal. But because you're asking me, Manish, how do I keep that energy high? I really would say read Game Changers.
So, but I have another question for you regarding this energy level. Yeah. Is that something that totally changed in your life once you started changing your routines and your nutrition, yes. Or have you always been this? Because there's people who are just like on something special, pretty much 24/7. But was that the case with you as well?
I have changed remarkably after being introduced to the bulletproof world, which has and by the way, if you meet anyone who follows ketosis and bulletproof diet, they technically cannot do bulletproof diet or ketosis by being vegetarian. Mm-hmm. So I was a hardcore non-vegetarian till December. Start of this year, I chose to go veg. 99% of my meals are veg. I might just land up taking a supplement here or there, which is non-veg. But to understand food and body and its impact on me has definitely helped me big time. My energy level is different compared to 4 years back. My control over my mind is different. My control over my body is different. I would firmly say I was always excited. Actually, you'll never meet anyone who will say Manish was ever sad and depressed and low on energy. But I'll tell you what, I know that I was high in energy, and that was the only time I was out with people. But whenever I was not high in energy, I wouldn't be out with people. So technically, no one would see me. So I played that perception game very well. I didn't want to meet people when I was not in the best of energy. Now I'm in high energy state all the time.
Yeah.
So it's different, is what I would say.
So you created you created a product that is really interesting. It's a podcast. It's called Impact 247 or 24/7. So
Yes.
tell me a little bit, why did you start with that venture a couple, like 8 weeks ago or 3 months ago?
Yeah, my community, which is the people from Asian subcontinent, is absolutely in love with sugar, food, drinks, liquor, and whatnot. All right. And my heart goes out to see them struggling with health, with their belly fat, with their energy levels, with the stress. And it surprises me the extent to which they are ignorant and also indifferent about being ignorant. And I don't know, I just had this thought, this epiphany when I decided to do the podcast, when I was told by our coach Brian Rose, and you and I have the same coach, to decide upon something that is your value system. At the same time, you can take that message out to people, and living a healthy life was my value system. Producing results in life has always been my value system. Growing in life, all right, has been my value system. But without health and without being in control of your mind and body, it's impossible for you to perform. So I wanted to help people out. As I said, I've always been passionate about inspiring people. So I wanted to help people out, inspire people, and podcast for the first time seemed like a medium I got to express myself. I speak in front of people. I've hosted events and shows and 5,000 people and all. But I've never used a forum for inspiring people to live a healthy life. This time, I just thought was the right time, and that is why I created this product called Impact 24/7. Purely because people in my region are ignorant. They're
Yes.
ignorant about Tim Ferriss, about Dave Asprey. They know every kind of sugar available in the world.
Well, you're
Brown
gonna
sugar, white sugar.
and you're going to change that. You're a very inspirational guy. But where do you get your inspiration from? Who is your mentor?
I read a lot, and I spend a lot of time with successful people. I choose to spend a lot of time with people more successful than me, and I read a lot. So if you ever saw my library in the house, I got Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, Dhirubhai Ambani, Elon Musk, Mahatma Gandhi, all their autobiographies there, Charles Lindbergh, Jackie Chan. Now, when these guys are around me all the time, somehow, it makes me think about my life and go about my life the way they have inspired me through their works, which I express in books that I've read. So I think my reading habit has helped me a lot.
Well, I can really relate to that. I can really relate to that because I'm 100% agree that if you wanna make the next step, if you wanna progress and do something in your life, then you have to be careful who you surround yourself with. Some people maybe get a good feeling, or it happens. You see it many times that you want to feel good about yourself by other people admiring you, but really taking away energy from you. You give, nothing comes back. If you ever start having this feeling, then for sure you're in the wrong environment. But spending time with people who are talking about big things, who are dreaming, and who spread this kind of energy, and those people when they enter the room, you feel it in your back. That's something.
Yes.
It's just somebody you want to be around. It's a good feeling. You want to be that person, and you want to learn from that person, and just that changes everything. Your mindset changes everything. I really believe in that. It doesn't come for nothing. You have to work for everything, but just the mindset. Is that something that you can relate to?
100%. I so would state that your life is a function of 5 people that you spend the most time with. So I guess everyone should evaluate once in a while who are the 5 people that you spend the most time with, and if they are all your level or lower than you, you're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
You got to find 5 people that you spend the most time with who are better than you, playing a bigger game than yours, just so inspiring for you. It's good for the soul, I really think. Hanging out with toxic people is the most stupidest thing a person can do.
Yeah. So do you get that? Because if you think like that, some people, for sure, people that might say, what the hell are you talking about? Stop dreaming. This is real life. This is, come back to earth. Once you're done with your moonshot theories, come back to earth. Is that something that you experience a lot in your environment?
I've got used to it now because everything I've done kind of wasn't understood by many people around me. When I started doing Landmark Forum, which was a training and development organization, so many friends of mine, including my family, in fact, used to tease me and say I'm stupid. When I got into business, quitting my job in 2010, everyone I knew thought I was stupid. I still went ahead. When I started bulletproof diet and started following high fat diet very religiously, and I was told I'm stupid, I'm going to harm my body. So I've realized now that people only say what they say because they have a particular perspective to life. I don't blame them. I don't judge them. Everyone has their own perspective. I move ahead with my perspective. And as much as possible, I try to take guidance from people more successful than me in that particular field. And if there is even 1% who's uber successful in that field, then I'm sure there's space for more.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
like bulletproof diet, if you go online and read about bulletproof diet, you'll be shocked with what all is written. Okay, the amount of trollers this guy has, all right, Dave Asprey. But it's never bothered me. People come to me and say, oh, Manish, this happened. It's never bothered. Now I've got used to it. And I think that also is a lovely thing that has happened because of now I'm trying podcasting, and we've been told to get aggressive on social media and post vlog and blog, and I know I'm going to be judged again, but honestly I've come to a stage in my life where I don't care at all. I'll do what my heart tells me is the right thing to do. So
I feel exactly the same way. Anybody who's talking, it's only the fear talking, the fear of people being exposed, of what this person or they might say about me or think about me. Who cares?
yeah.
It's about your own happiness and your own life.
But I guess you will begin caring about it, what someone tells you, if you are not surrounding yourself with people who are also executing their big goals. It's easier to be in the zone of, I don't care about what the world has to say. I'll go ahead with my dreams and my goal. It's easier to pull that off when you're surrounded with some amazing people. So I really think I had a client who used to tell me, if you find 3 people in your life, okay, who you can really call your friends and your true well-wishers, who would not judge you or have any jealousy for you. 3, I think you're lucky. He used to tell me that. So in life, I don't think you need more than 3 or 5. But if you have 3 or 5 people that you can surround yourself with, that's it.
Do you believe that fate is in your own hand, or life is predestined?
I believe that for every choice you make, there is a pre-written destiny. But the choice is in your hand. But that choice has a pre-written destiny.
Okay. So that's the next level. That's the next level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every choice has a reaction. The choice is in your hand. There will be a reaction for it. There will be like my mentor always would tell me that for every choice you make, there's a door that will open up. But that door will open. You'll have to go through it, but the choice is in your hand. So it's phenomenal. It just packs both of it together, in this statement.
Yes, that's true. You said something that quite interests me too, is that you're not expecting anything from people. This way, you might look at this, that this way you can never get disappointed. But at the same time, you might get surprised every time.
Yeah, I'm constantly in the state of being grateful for everybody that has walked into my life, and because I don't expect anything, everybody who has been in my life in whatever shape and form, good or bad, have only taught me or given me some amazing mentors. I've had people who have, screwed me financially. Uh, but I guess it gave me an opportunity to work 10 times harder so that I get back, on the financial path. I've got people who look down on me. Well, they didn't even realize they landed up inspiring me because I had someone to prove wrong. I had people who laughed at me. It just was an opportunity for me to get better so that I can win respect instead of seeing people laugh. And if people did something great, like they cheered me, encouraged me, and everything, I'm grateful. You know.
So,
So
what's your? If you look at your life resume, how would you like that? To look like in 10, 15 years, in 20 years. What's your biggest goal?
my biggest goal. Uh, I won't be able to answer that. What is my biggest goal? It is too big, but I'll tell you, the goal that drives me is to give the most amazing life to my family. That is what drives me day in, day out. The goal that drives me is to inspire people. I want to inspire uh, people in all walks of life. Like the podcast that I'm running, I want to have 5,000 people impacted through it by the end of the year. So these are my family and my mission to lead and inspire are two things that inspire me the most. And so whatever I do comes from these two goals. So I wouldn't say I have a big giant goal that I want to become a multi-millionaire with a 100-acre farm and all. No. Okay. To give a damn good life to my family and to lead and inspire a lot of people to a better way of living.
Oh, but that's for me that's a big goal. To be that guy to inspire others. To live a better life or to get over problems or challenges they might face. That's a word. Is that Gandhi speaking a little bit? Is that somebody whose life you were following or his story and that you learned from?
No, Gandhi's taught me many things, not this in particular. Gandhi's taught me the value of patience. He's taken 45 years to get India free, and he did it without any complaints. So Gandhi's taught me different set of values, but I would say that I've learned this from Tim Ferriss, where he so beautifully expresses about death, and he says that you're going to die. Eventually, you're going to die. So while you're alive, okay, what kind of a contribution can you make to the space in which you're living? So that's where it comes from. I want to be high all the time. I want to be, a reason to bring a smile on someone's face, a reason to uplift someone's spirits, a reason to coach someone or educate someone. Uh, See, recently the Sri Lanka attacks happened, and I was just reading about the billionaire who lost his three children over there, the owner of Aero Moda.
I've read that today. Unbelievable. Yes.
And you could have the wealth 99% people in the world would dream of, but life's not in your hand. You're gonna die. So even Gary Vaynerchuk says this: you're gonna die. Do something about your life while you're alive. So I picked this up from Tim Ferriss and Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm going to die one day. So while I'm alive, I want to brighten it up for me and for everyone around me. That's why I don't expect anything from anyone. As much as possible, I will contribute, or I'll let you be. I won't judge you.
No, I think you're in a really good path. So, but there has been some failures, obviously, on the way as well. Do
Yeah.
you see? how did you handle the downs in your life? Were that the moments that you learned the most?
I think I was. Yeah, I did learn few lessons. It cost me a lot of money, but I learned one was not to take things for granted. Uh, you know, I got casual with few things, uh, with money and business, and I took few things for granted, and that definitely taught me to keep things tighter. To be on top of my game all the time, because it just takes one mistake to lose everything. So it taught me not to be casual. Actually, I'll tell you, my mistakes have taught me one thing big time is not to be casual with relationships, not to be casual with business, not to be casual with my work, not to be casual with money. To have the thought process that it's okay when something is not being done right, and in my mindset once upon a time it should be, it's okay, I'll deal with it tomorrow, it's okay if it's not uh, you know the way it should be, it's okay. And that it's okay attitude ruined me momentarily, till I bounced back. But yes, it did taught me a very big lesson. If I become casual with anything, I'll become a casualty. So, so that's why when I bounced back from it was in that episode that I got thyroid. It was in that stress, and after that, I've chosen to, to be in charge or to take ownership of my health, of my money, my business, my relationships. Take charge of it, and those expensive lessons of my life have taught me that big time.
So is that, if you look back to your 15, 20 years, is that's something that you would that's the one thing that you would change if you could turn back time with the knowledge that you have acquired right now?
I would have been serious about my goals, instead of casual about my goals. I would have changed that. If just 10 years back, I would say, just 11 years back precisely, I would have changed that. Instead, because I was in flow state, uh, but I took it casual, and that's why I lost the flow state. So one thing I would change would be, to take my goals seriously,
So
which I'm learning to do now.
you haven't reached that state of mind yet.
No, I would say I'm way better than I used to be, but I don't think I'll ever say that I've reached that state where I am absolutely like Gandhi or Elon Musk, like on a goal and on a mission. I still have the old me that keeps coming up, but I'm way better. I would say I'm way better.
So, but that comes with age too, and with you get a little bit, at least I think sometimes you get a little bit wiser, and the more I know, the more I realize that I don't know anything.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm getting wiser or not. I don't think it's about the age. I'm still, a kid at heart. I'm still Manish at 21, honestly. That's why I say that I'm an experimenter with a curious mind and an adult body. Uh, but I guess sometimes certain lessons teach you because they impact you in such a manner that you realize that if I continue being that way, I will end up losing everything I've built. So I could have gone through those lessons earlier, but it happened to me when it had to happen. But I guess it should happen. I wish really bad times on everyone. For once in life, Tighter, I really wish a person should go through 2, 3 years of a really bad, stressful, struggling time, because it teaches you so much. I don't think a cruising, super successful life can teach you as much as 2, 3 years of a really bad patch can teach.
Yeah. But then you got to have that positive mindset. Yeah, I think, a lot of people break because they don't believe in themselves. It takes courage to change.
But I'll tell you what, someone who doesn't believe in themselves, as it is broken, even if everything's working for them, then as it is, it's a plastic life. Your value system's so fickle or brittle that you exist only at the superficial level. If you've not gone through a set of challenges and really molded yourself into becoming that strong persona, then you just exist on the surface level. Relationships are just on the surface level. Your values on a surface level. The smile is plastic and on a surface level. I really think, bad times makes you a wholesome person. The experiences that it gives you makes you so much more richer a person.
And gratitude. That was a big word. Be grateful. Don't feel entitled to anything. That's something that I experience here in Europe quite a bit. That many people living a really good life. Problems are real, but they're real. Everything. It's just if you put everything into perspective, you got to be more grateful. That's for sure something that I learned, and I would like my kids to grow up with that kind of attitude. Be grateful what you have. Work hard. Try to enjoy. Try follow your passion. Try that, and that's what I would like. That's why I'm doing that podcast 74 once more. Really, is to help others live that life, follow your dream that I had the chance to, and to spark that kind of passion. Because I know how it feels. Just want to feel good about yourself, and if you can only help one person at a time doing that, then it's all worthwhile, all the work. Absolutely. But nothing comes for free. So absolutely, I have one more final question, or maybe two. Yeah. Manish, sure. What is true success to you?
True success to me is when you can live a life of choices. Choice to express yourself, and you do. Choice to spend your time in vocation you'd love to, and you do. Choice to spend your money where you want to, and you do. I see a lot of people who don't even have the choice to self-express, or have the money but can't spend because they're scared or insecure about losing it, or who have time but not spending it wisely into so many things a person can do. So I feel true success is when you have the choice to express, and you do. Choice to spend your time where you want, and you do. Your choice to spend your money, and you do. Choice to make a difference, and you choose to. That is what I would say success. That's what I would say success.
Success equals happiness?
Not necessarily.
So what is happiness then to you?
Happiness is a state of mind, and you could be happy while you're chasing success. Because to reach that stage of success is work, bloody hard work, and you will go through a huge amount of ups and downs. But you could still be in a state of happiness while you're pursuing success.
So one doesn't cut out the other.
No. And I really don't think that just because you're successful, the state of mind is to be taken for granted. No, it's a dance. It's a constant dance.
Well, Manish, I thank you very much for the insight. You're the first guest I had on my show from the subcontinent. And I hope that there will be a lot more in the future. I'm really open to learn and to from people like you to share experiences of different cultures. We should be teaching each other and try to get better every day in what we do. I'm really grateful for you taking the time. I know it's late already. It's been long days. But I think that was important, and I hope I wish you good luck for your new show. The new show is called Impact 247.
Thank you so much. I wish you
it's gonna be huge.
For your.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this invite, and it was an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye.